Hey everyone, Bear here. As many of you know, my wife and I live in Central Texas, and last week Central Texas was hit by some pretty hard winter storms, something we're not used to just in Texas as general. It got down to like 1 degree, 3 degrees a couple of nights in a row. That's just not weather we're used to. The power grid wasn't ready for it, and I can't explain that. I don't work for the power grid. I don't work for the power company, so I really don't know why they weren't prepared for a winter storm like that. But they weren't. A lot of people lost power. My wife and I, we lost power for 3 to 4 days. I think we had power. We stayed with my daughter. Luckily, we have kids in the area that we can stay with. When I returned, power had come back on, but we had lost water, a lot of frozen pipes, just everywhere. So hardware stores are having a hard time keeping PVC and stuff like that in stock just to take care of things. But the thing that I realized when my wife and I first got up on that Monday morning and power was out and it was cold, I realized just how much backpacking and camping helps you prepare for things like this. Don't ever think that this is just some little hobby that you picked up. You're preparing yourself for things like this. Power goes out, power failures, systems get shut down, and things like that happen. Storms come in and knock out power. I think that as a backpacker and as a hiker, you're more prepared for that situation than anyone else is. My wife and I used my little canister stove. We made coffee. We made a breakfast that morning. I was able to make us lunch. We had the bowls, the silverware, things like that. I had my Sawyer Squeeze water bottle filter so I could filter the water that we were getting. I was capable of hooking up a little bit of a generator to the well just to get some pump out of it. But any of the water that we had in the house, standing water of any kind like that, we could melt the snow and stuff like that. It needed to be filtered. So the Sawyer Squeeze helped us filter the water until we went over to my daughter's house and we were a lot better situation there. I've seen online a lot of people who have put their tents in their living rooms. They kind of tarped around their living room to capture the heat coming out of their fireplace. My wife and I didn't have a fireplace. It is something that we're looking at possibly getting one. That would be really nice. But just remember, it's not a hobby that's just like, oh, this is just a nothing hobby. You're not just going out hiking and backpacking every now and then. This is a gear and equipment that could help you in a dangerous situation like this, in a disaster like this. Being without power for 4 days, I could have easily done what I needed to do to get by had I had access to water and stuff like that. I mean, all backpacking and hiking is basically controlled survival. I mean, you know how long you're going to be out. You know where you're going to go. You take the equipment you need and get prepared for it and you go. Just having the equipment here and having the gear here at the house, I think helped out a lot and helped my wife and I get started so we could start preparing to move toward staying with my daughter and going from there. But things are getting back to normal. We've established some water in the house. Some of the busted pipes I had to bypass, but we're doing what we can. It's still going to be a uphill battle, and just kind of getting water throughout the whole house is going to be tough. But we're doing it. We're moving along and we're getting it done. So all I can say is just remember to stay safe, you've got the gear, use it if you need it, you know. Thank you very much for watching.